There was a time when West Bengal stood tall, an intellectual capital, an industrial force, a land that shaped India's direction. In 2011, people placed their faith in change with the belief that governance would become cleaner, faster, and more accountable. 15 years later, that belief feels distant. Under Mamata Banerjee, governance has slowly blurred into control, and control into decay. Systems that should have strengthened over time have instead slowed down, leaving gaps that people experience in their daily lives. Take the very people who keep the state functioning. Nearly 20 lakh government employees still wait for the 7th pay commission to be implemented. Year after year, expectation turned into frustration, and frustration into silence. When a government cannot meet its own commitments to its workforce, what message does that send to everyone else? And then came the deeper fracture, the collapse of opportunity. Over 30 lakh jobs have disappeared over the years. 26,000 appointments were cancelled after corruption allegations surfaced, raising serious concerns about how recruitment was handled. More than 40 lakh young people have moved out of the state in search of work. With 6,688 companies leaving and nearly 8,000 schools shutting down, the pressure on families has only increased. For many, staying back has meant adjusting to fewer opportunities with each passing year. The decline didn't stop at cities or classrooms. It reached the fields and the estates that once defined Bengal's economy. Tea gardens in the Duars and Terai region, which supported lakhs of families, now stand silent. Over 80% have shut down, pushing more than 5 lakh workers into distress. Promises like Cha Sundari came and went, leaving behind little more than headlines. Even agriculture, once a point of pride, has slipped West Bengal, falling from the top position in rice production to third. A slow erosion, but a visible one. And while livelihoods weakened, law and order followed the same trajectory. From RG Kar Medical College and Hospital to Sandesh Kali, from Park Street to Kamduni, the incidents changed, but the pattern didn't. Crimes against women continued to rise, crossing 34,000 reported cases in 2023 alone. Acid attacks, too, formed a disturbing share of the national numbers. Over a quarter of India's cases concentrated in one state. The real question is, who feels safe in Bengal anymore? Over time, the bigger fears settled in, not just of crime, but of a system that fails to protect the innocent. And while citizens struggle, syndicates thrive. Allegations of fake ID networks aiding infiltrators. 569 kilometers of the India-Bangladesh border still unfenced, not because it can't be done, but because land issues conveniently remain unresolved. Who benefits from this inaction? Even history and institutions haven't been spared. Freedom fighters like Khudiram Bose reduced to controversial labels in textbooks. The country's first tribal president, Drupadi Murmu, was insulted while on a visit to the state. And infrastructure? A city that once symbolized culture and intellect now makes headlines for flyover and bridge collapses and recurring fire tragedies. A metropolis turning into a hazard zone where negligence costs lives. This is not a story of one bad year or one bad decision. It is the accumulation of 15 years of missed chances, weakened systems, and choices that slowly reshaped the state. West Bengal still has its legacy, its resilience, its people who continue to endure and strive. But the question that lingers is simple and difficult to ignore. How much longer can a state run on what it once was without confronting what it has become?